Shabbat shalom. Good to see everyone that is here. May you be inscribed in the book of life for a good year.
Same on you.
All right, this will be our theme for this month of Elul, and going into also Tishrei, and so may we get the full understanding and the full beauty of this time here. This is our Teshuvah time. We're going to start giving thoughts to ourselves and checking ourselves out. No one can do a better job than our own self.
That's right.
See, and if you love God and those things here, and if you love yourself, you'll do a good job. But somehow the enemy, gonna get us all mixed all up, and we want to make excuses for ourselves. That ain't gonna get it there, folks. Huh? Well, I see him. He likes to, he likes to look otherwise on our own self, right? But this is a time for us to look within ourselves.
Amen.
Everybody being ready. But nevertheless, we want to welcome in all those going those time there as we move forward. We welcome all those in Israel, those that are in Canada, those that's in the Philippines, those that's in India, Lasaka, and where you might be picking us up on the internet. And into our house, where our motto is, come one, come all, let us build our future upon the foundation of peace and love. Shalom ve'ahava. And upon these two principles, see? And I keep telling folks, people say, well, that's the kingdom, that's the coming kingdom. Hey, you better get it ahead of time. See? You better get it ahead of time. Because there ain't no switching over at the end, it don't work that way. There are people that's lying and fooling themselves. Well, if that's where it be, then I'll switch over there. Now you lying, you won't. If you won't switch over now, what makes you think you're going to switch over then?
Amen.
And it's going to be too late then. See? Like when boss told me, he said, hey, went up there to see about the raise and get my raise and stuff. Then he come telling me all the bad news and stuff. Yeah. They say you didn't do this here, you didn't go to that class here, you didn't do this here, and you do this, so you don't get no raise for this. I said, why did somebody tell me? Well, they didn't want to hurt you. I said, what? Yeah. I said, you think anything hurt my feelings worse than saying ain't gonna be no raise? I said, tell me hurt my feelings. While I can do something about it. There's a secret to the whole thing, dear folks. See? Then it was too late to do anything about it. At least I could have done something about it. Huh? Oh yeah. Yeah. And then when he started naming some of the stuff there, and I said, whoa, wait a minute. I said, that ain't true. I said, I can show you proof, I said, because you can call down to the guy down there that give these classes that you said that I didn't do and all that stuff there, and ask him how many times I applied to take those classes and everything there, and my boss turned me down. My boss said I was too busy and I was too important to stop and do that. I said, he gonna tell him now? Boy, the boss came before he was angry at me. He said, you did that? Well, I at the time. And then he said, well, why are you bringing this against this man?
about where the leadership in the military comes from. The people that are valuable, they don't need to go to classes and get all the credit yet. So it's not promoted, they don't get promoted.
Yeah.
People that they decided to get rid of, they keep sending them classes because they want to get promoted.
Yeah. That's what he told him, and he said, what? He said, you had me thinking that this man here wasn't
Cooperate.
because he didn't want to do it and all that, and he was going to get something, and he didn't want to move up farther.
To get to a new job.
Right. And I said, besides, the class that he talking about there, I said, hey, I don't know how to pass that anyway, because I don't work on jobs and everything. I don't job that is far is above those classes. Anyway. Well, he said, he made things. And I started talking about how y'all was, you was scared for y'all. Good. You got your back.
Hallelujah. Yeah.
You got your back. So, let's make our stand for y'all. That it might be well with us. And check your own self out. So by me showing that, hey, I put forth the effort more than one time, see, to try to sign up for those classes and everything there, and those courses that they do, those courses, and each time I was turned down by my boss. Huh? Well, I couldn't get the raise. I couldn't get correct the raise I wanted to get, but he made a change. Yeah, I got a raise. Right. Oh yeah, I was. But I let him know that, hey, look, tell me. In other words, the whole theme of this is tell me why I can do something about it. Don't come up on the last day and tell me that you should have did this, you should have done that, and then there ain't nothing to do about it. Ain't too much you can do about it. See, but, he happened that he was able to maybe change that stuff because he had that history. He could go back and check it all out and everything there, and then he changed that stuff that he had to knock me down from getting a raise. See. And so we just got to, and that's why I said, do your own self, check your own self out. See, this is your life that's at stake. See, therefore, this is the time for us to do it. This is the time we're doing those things here, that we might be able to line up and get it one with our God. That it might work favorable in our half and in the things that we want to take place. All righty. We're gonna now during this particular month, certain things, some that we go, certain things that we want to do, and we'll be taking advantage of those things here until we march on down. And of course, Yom Teruah, blowing of the trumpet, the shofar will be coming up. And then we have our great day of atonement. So, and then it goes on into Sukkot, Feast of Tabernacles. So we get to roll on down into this little thing. So let's get ourselves prepared to go forward and to put God first. In those things here, and that's what it is. That's all it's all about here. That it might will work well with us, and that's what we each and every one of us got to prove. Who's first? See, in our lives, and I tell you, put God first. And that's why I say everything that God gave to us, the tithes and everything, was for us to put God first. At least that worked for me. And I think it'll work for us too if we will do those things. All righty, we also now, we have our Israel update, by David in Israel.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
May you be inscribed in the book of life or video.
Same unto you.
I'd like to say that thank y'all for blessing us and watching over us this week. And brought us safe,
Amen.
without any harm or danger. That we have seen another Shabbat. And none of us have been affected with the COVID. Thank y'all for that too.
Amen.
Boy, I was watching Pakistan and the flood. I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. You know, you see flood right here, and it just be like well, the worst one I ever seen here was, you know, when he used to flood in North Texas. When he used to flood Sky Two Lake, and water would, all of North Texas would be flooded. Come on up to about 76th Street. That's the biggest one I ever seen, you know, personally. Well, but Pakistan, that looked like a whole country was flooded. Yeah. Boy, I ain't never seen nothing like that. I said, ooh wee. Oh. And I mean, it affected hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah,
Oh. Ooh, boy, that's something. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Boy, and they said ain't nothing, Republicans said ain't nothing to global warming. Man, they got to be great. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. And y'all see Mississippi?
Oh, yeah.
Mhm. But, I think my wife talked to, Elena? Yeah, Wamina. And, she said it didn't affect where he was at.
Oh, no, 'cause they
Yeah.
cracks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but hey, you got some people sitting down there too.
Oh, yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of them stay in
Mhm.
Jackson itself, you know.
Yeah,
boy.
yeah, man,
Yeah.
they catching it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, from the flood.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, it
boy.
was bad down there.
Yeah, and see, they got flood, I think 2 or 3 weeks right behind one another. Yeah.
And messed up the drinking
And
water.
that's up to drinking water. Yeah. Now they say, when they put this new pump in, they say they don't know if them old pumps are gonna be able to stand up to the pressure of the new pump.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So, well, I'm telling you, boy, people just catching it everywhere. Man. And, I was reading some stuff about Israel, and they said that, this, corona, F5, whatever, F4, F5, whatever it is, they say now they done found why it's affecting, kids' liver.
Oh.
Yeah,
You said it knew what?
affecting the children's liver.
What effect?
Corona stuff. Yeah. Waves that they got. Mhm. They say it's going to be sure prominent among children. So I'm saying, boy, you know, whew, I'm saying, the world is in a bad fix. Yeah.
So this ain't the old folks that's catching it now.
Not only the old folks. Yeah. And they were saying that everybody that got their third shot, that they doing real good.
Yeah.
Yeah. They saying that it's not affecting the last wave is not affecting him. Yeah, they're holding out pretty good. Mhm. Yeah, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, even if you catch it, it's not doing it. Yeah.
Right, Mhm. Yeah.
President would have been gone and his wife.
Yeah, sure would. Yeah, 'cause both of them done had it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of them done had it twice. Yeah. And, I go to the store, man, you see people that they not running in the stores no more. Hmm.
What about you? Are you driving the bus?
Yeah,
Are they kids with the mask on?
no, every once in a while you see one.
They want to wear one?
Yeah, yeah, but they're not wearing, not they used to. But I haven't heard nothing in the schools about a bunch of kids that caught it either. So it must have done flapped off on. Boy, but I seen this fool this morning on the news. He was flying a plane around a circus around this Walmart and was telling the people that he gonna dive the plane into the Walmart.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. They had people running and back away from Walmart. That's because he's actually flying up above it, round around the circus. And then he gonna crash it into that Walmart. Yeah. Man, so they get people out of there, empty the parking lot. Oh, I'm telling you, it was something. I think, what's going to possess him, you know, and then I thought about the mother, I said, well, maybe he one of them. Then he's trying to make a point or something, I don't know.
So they did, yeah.
I hadn't heard, I hadn't heard no more about it. But they were saying that if they think he was gonna do it, they was gonna shoot the plane down. Yeah, before they let him crash into the Walmart. Yeah. Yeah. More people. Yeah. People let anything take control over their mind. This is the world that we're living in. And I listened to that Yahoo talk too. And a couple days ago, he said that he's pretty sure he's gonna win again.
Ah.
Yeah. He said he's pretty sure this time that he's gonna win. So, yeah, this parliament. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One last. One last.
Yeah, but you can get on coalition.
Right. You can get no coalition together, you know, government.
Well, he said he's pretty sure everything will work out for him this time.
Oh.
You got a lot of people against
Yeah. And, also, Iran, I think it was Iran. No, it was Biden. Who said that, Biden that he's getting close to sign the treaty with the Iran and, that Obama had signed.
Yeah, nuclear.
Yeah, the nuclear agreement. Well, he said that, he pretty sure that Biden is getting close to sign it. Yeah, and they pretty sure that that's gonna take real soon. And Matt Yahoo was saying how that it would really hurt, you know, the Jews and the Arab nation if he signed. Yeah, yeah, right. And, but he also said that it wouldn't affect them doing something to Iran either. He said, whether they do it or not, Netanyahu, he said that they gonna make sure that they don't get the nuclear weapon. Now he did come out and say that. He said he didn't care what he signed or what he didn't sign. They still not gonna let him get a nuclear weapon.
Right.
Yeah.
Saying that, look how long,
Yeah.
look how long they've been working on this, and they keep saying we ain't gonna let them get it.
Yeah. Because he said if they get it, then that's just gonna open up a lot of more questions that we gonna get. Yeah. And so he's saying they're not gonna have everybody around them with them. No, they ain't going for that. Yeah.
Well, that's one thing I don't understand. If they determine to get it anyway, how you gonna stop it? They're gonna do more if you don't sign a peace treaty. At least if you sign a peace treaty, they'll try to hide it and
Right.
won't do it so
Yeah.
obvious.
Right.
You have to, like when Trump pull out of the deal and everything, boy, man, they just sent us to the future suspended.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Trump didn't want to come in and look. After they done got out of the deal, they still want to come in there and look.
Yeah.
So you crazy.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Won't be as easy as they think. They think it's gonna be easy like it was when they did Syria. But Syria and Iran is two different things altogether, man.
No, but it's gonna depend on the bomb was so long, they got some special plans. No, they got some special plans, they was like, lots of combination bombs. You got bombs, and you got bombs.
Okay.
Bombs, and you can really bomb.
Well, they got that on, Blockbuster.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
yeah, telephone poles. Yeah, they got
I think that
America's got the experts, so they're gonna give them to them.
Right.
Mhm. We'll talk a little bit about Trump, not too much, but, FBI, well, you know, they did in Mar-a-Lago down there. It was top secret stuff. With envelope, but nothing in it. And so now the FBI saying, well, where's this stuff at? If it ain't here, where's it at, and who got it?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Oh, yeah, he run around talking about it was his.
You probably pushed it down the school.
Yeah.
It was President Collins, but still there's information about the United States, like the defense capabilities and all.
Yeah.
His copies of it, don't worry about it.
So now everybody's upset, want to know, well, what was he gonna do with it anyway? Was he gonna sell them to the highest bidder or what? What was he taking them home for? Yeah. What was he gonna do with it? But, hey, they finding a lot of stuff. Come find out, they had put 2 FBI men in there, there wasn't one.
What?
Yeah, they had 2 of them in there. And,
Yeah, so much stuff that you go do.
yeah, so they know exactly why that stuff was there. Yeah. Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, so,
That's why he wanna try to get stuff out, cause he wanna find out who the mole was. And I didn't understand why he wanted to get that thing uncovered and, and bring out the affidavit and all that stuff. He really wants the name of those.
yeah. What's that connection?
Yeah. They ain't gonna see those names. They ain't gonna do that. Yeah.
yeah, so. I think then they tried to get, get the judge to file to come in and check all that stuff out. But she's kind of skeptical about doing it now. I'm saying because when man Trump is in, boy, I'm saying he making himself stand out so far and saying, hey, nobody don't want to mess with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And come to find out, he can't find no lawyers to represent him no more. No, even the lawyers don't want to mess with it. Yeah. Yeah, so.
You have to do that.
Yeah, right.
Down on it out of the head.
You don't have to pay people. That's why he got money now, because he don't pay people.
And sometimes when you ain't got nothing, read Jeremiah 5:30. Boy, and if it don't fit these people to a T, Jeremiah 5:30. These people prophesying and false prophets. How many Jeremiah 5:30 fit to people? This is pitiful, I'm telling you. But this is the world we're living in. And we know, but they don't know. Y'all is the one in charge.
That's it.
Yeah. And then and keep it all this mess up and these things. He will take care of his own.
Amen.
So that's all we got to worry about.
That's it.
And he will take care of his own.
A lot of crazy stuff going on. But he says, Trump said, ain't no big deal. What the fuck? He said, it's just like a library, where he kind of overdue, just, yeah, right. What's the big deal, I think that's what kind of people the judge out there, wait a minute, they go more serious than that, yeah, right. And they was hollering about locking her up with Hillary Clinton. And she ain't did, she had excessive abuse stuff that he did. Yeah, car, right. All righty. We also gonna, during this particular time, so y'all need to bring your Bibles and everything there, because we're gonna be reading for our tea time, Psalm 27. I'll read that whole chapter, so I want to ask you to put your Bibles together. This will be something that we're gonna do all the way through as well. Psalm 27. We have to stand, we're going to read this together. I will read first, and you can read the second, and then we'll get to the last, and we'll read that together. Okay? Now got it? Hold up. Okay. Okay.
Read the whole chapter, right?
Yeah. All right, I'll read the first verse, then you can read the second one, and so on until we get to the last one. And which is the 14th, and we'll read that together. All right. Adonai is my light and salvation. Whom do I need to fear? Adonai is my stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?
When evildoers assail me, they devour my flesh. My adversaries and my foes, they stumble and fail.
If an army encamps against me, my heart will not fear. If war breaks out against me, even then I will keep trusting.
This one thing have I asked of Adonai, only this will I seek, to live in the house of Adonai all the days of my life, to see the beauty of Adonai, and visit in his temple.
For he will conceal his shelter on the day of trouble. He will hide me in the folds of his tent. He will set me high on a rock.
Then my head will be lifted up above my surrounding foes, and I will offer in his tent sacrifices with shouts of joy. I will sing praises to Adonai.
Listen, Adonai, to my voice when I cry. Show favor to me and answer me.
My
My
heart
heart sings, seek my face, your face, Adonai, will I seek.
Do not hide your face from me. Don't turn your servant away in anger. You are my help. Don't abandon me. Don't leave me. God, my Savior.
Even though
Teach me your way, Adonai. Lead me in a level path because of my enemies.
don't give up. False witnesses have risen against me. Those who are breathing violence.
If I hadn't believed that I would see Adonai's goodness in the land of the living. Altogether, put your hope in Adonai. Be strong and let your heart take courage. Yes, put your hope in Adonai. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
All right. Next is bow your head while you stand in your Tanakh. Bless you, Lord our God. Keep on giving us your Torah, the writings and the prophets. Bid at the shine by thy great spirit, and have commanded us a diligent teaching unto our children, unto our people, and all people of the earth. And let all Israel say, Amen. Our Torah reading for this week's Parashah is found in the book of Deuteronomy, the 16th chapter, starting at the 18th verse through the 21st chapter and the 9th verse. That is Deuteronomy 16:18 through the 21st chapter and the 9th verse. Our Haftorah reading is taken from the book of Isaiah, the 51st chapter, starting at the 12th verse through the 52nd chapter and the 12th verse. That is Isaiah 51:12 through 52:12. This week's Parashah is Parashah 48, which is Shof'tim, and it means judges. Our scripture reading will be taken from our Haftorah reading, which will be given by our Shemash. Let us give him our undivided attention as he do the word of God to us. Adam ben Israel.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Taken from Isaiah 52, 1 through the 9th verse. That's Isaiah 52, 1 through 9, and it's page 520. Awake, awake, Zion. Clothe yourself with your strength. Dress in your splendid garments, Jerusalem, the holy city. For the uncircumcised and the unclean will enter you no more. Shake off the dust, arise. Be enthroned, Jerusalem. Loosen the chains on your neck, captive daughter of Zion. Thus says Adonai, you were sold for nothing, and you will be redeemed without money. For thus says Adonai Elohim, long ago my people went down to Egypt to live there as aliens, and Ashur oppressed them for no reason. So now, what should I do here? Asked Adonai. Since my people were carried off for nothing, their oppressor are hired, says Adonai. My name has always been insulted daily. Therefore, my people will know my name. Therefore, on that day, they will know that I, the one speaking, here I am. How beautiful on the mountains are the feet of him who brings good news, proclaiming shalom, bringing good news of good things, announcing salvation, and saying to Zion, your God is king. Listen, your watchmen are raising their voices, shouting for joy together, for they will see before their own eyes Adonai returning to Zion. Break out into joy, sing together, you ruins of Jerusalem, for Adonai has confronted his people, comforted his people. He has redeemed Jerusalem. May y'all have a special blessing to read them the word.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All righty. Very important. Read some things here and get some understanding of some things here. And well, we got people that are just falling all back over themselves and stuff, and just messing up big time and don't even know it. And we're surrounded by these things that God has set in motion and put forth, and we need really to understand the things that our God is doing and has done for us and for the world itself. See, somehow the world would not be the same if it wasn't for Him. Here in the book that we're reading here, understand what God is doing, because a lot of folks just think God just only deals with us spiritually. No, they do. They're the other God, when they come to God, they're just spiritual. That's not. That's not. What does your eating got to do with spiritual? You think your eating ain't for your physical body? Why do we have to eat then? There's a prayer even in Judaism that speaks about our bowel movement. You know that? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I think it's a door.
Yeah.
If either one of them was shut down, it would be impossible for us to live.
There you go. And and people say, well, that don't make no sense and all that. Hey, get constipated and find out. Get constipated and see what happens in his body. We take a lot of things for granted. We take them, oh, that shouldn't be said at you. Hey, but they learn that, hey, yes, these are. Yeah, folks, God was dealing with the house of Israel in a whole special way. Or a complete overhaul. It just wasn't spiritual that he was dealing with them. See?
Just like we were dealing with Adam and Eve, they had killed lamb, an animal because it was clothes, but that was fire.
Yeah,
You know,
there you go.
they have clothes, but
After they done, because of the point that, hey, once we step forward into certain things, there are other things that to come along that, that you didn't need it to change. See? But, now that it is that we have to know those things here, it's just like, we know the weather now. You don't need to go 24/7. I mean, you don't need to go year round. But there's coming a time when you're gonna need it. See? and therefore, you learn by wisdom that you don't be wearing a big old wool coat and everything, and you 120, 102 degrees of sun. See? If you do, you won't be out there long doing that. Or vice versa, when it's real cold down there and everything, and you ain't got nothing on, you ain't gonna be out there long. So these are wisdom, these are things that we have to deal with. These are natural aspects that we have to deal with. Here, God was telling Israel that I got something for you, I got this thing on the earth itself and those things here, and God had in mind for us to be an example in everything. You think he still don't want that? You think he still want that? Yeah. But on here, as I was talking to everything here, and then, well, why you talk about this particular one here? Judges. That's what this is, judges. What do we need judges for? Why? We go to the Deuteronomy 16, we'll go to the scripture there. And start reading there at the 18th verse there. Deuteronomy 16.
Okay. You are to appoint judges and officers for all the gates in the city Adonai your God is giving you.
Notice this. He say, you need to appoint judges. What do we need judges for? Yeah.
Disputes arises.
Exactly. God knew that. See? And he knew that everybody wasn't going to be on the same level. He said, well, if we are all seeing eye to eye, we all don't know no ill. That's why God said, well, appoint judges. Then I already found that out in dealing with mankind. Everybody don't see eye to eye. See? You have to have somebody coming in to do some interpretation. You have to have somebody coming in. God, read on. What is it?
Tribe by tribe. And they are to judge the people with righteous judgment.
All right. First of all, you have to have the judges that you choose. They got how to do that now? Righteously.
No favoritism.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question. This is under the law. According to what's his name? Cliff Rodolph, he said we ain't bound and we ain't got to do with all those stuff that's under the law. Well, this is a command under the law to have righteous judges. How many of us here, if we got to go for the judge, we like to have a righteous judge? Go for it. How many of us?
Have a righteous judge.
Yeah.
That's an old, that's by that old law. We ain't bound by that old law. Let's don't be stupid. You can just go on the suspect. As same person hollering about all that stuff, we ain't under the law and the law going around. Then if you're under the law, you're expecting a right. Why you want to go through a righteous stuff? Why you want the judge to be righteous then? Yeah. I'm going before one of them corrupt ones in there. See? You know good and well that that's not good for you. Especially if you're poor. Now, if you got enough money, you know, you might want to go among to one of them corrupt ones. Then you can pay your way out. Oh yeah, you gotta have some money now. That's why I say you can't be poor. But therefore, let's don't let Satan fool us. A lot of things that was done under the old law and everything there that was good for us.
Mm-hmm.
And still that is in binding. See? And you got judges that you have to go before, man, and you want them to be right. Even when we make have our own baked bean, we have to choose righteous men. See?
Mm-hmm.
That law is still the same. It ain't changed. Oh, we got to worry about that. Yeah, you know that law. No, we still want them. Right?
Right.
So why would we let the enemy, why would we let those folks tell us that, you know, it's because we done got selected now. And we want to select what we want, what we can't do, what we don't like. It don't work that way. So we're being lied to, dear folks. We're being lied to on that end there. Go to Deuteronomy 17th chapter. And you'll start reading at the 8th verse.
Okay. If a case come before you at the city gate, which is too difficult for you to judge, concerning bloodshed, civil suit, personal injury, or anything controversial issue, you are to get up and go to the place which Adonai your God will choose, and appear before the Kohanim and the Levite and the judge in the office at the time. Seek their opinion, and they will render a verdict for you.
Now notice here, when you read in the New Testament there, a lot of people, well, we just New Testament wrong. When you read the New Testament in the 15th chapter of Acts there, all the New Testament there, it said that when they came over the land, what did they do? Anybody remember? They carried that up to Jerusalem. There was a problem that they couldn't, so they said, what are we going to do about these Gentiles not coming in and all those things? Because they were big about it, and they couldn't make a decision. Because one was saying, just do this here, and one said, just do this here. Now just leave them alone. Oh, no, they Gentiles. They can, just can have all kind of different kind of stuff. That's exactly right. Where did they get that from? Where did they get that law from? Where did they get that? Right.
Word of the Lord.
And that's it. There you go. That's it. What does the scripture tell us, What are we proclaiming? That ain't just for back then. Matter of fact, that's talking about for now and on in the future.
Headquarters.
But it started back under the old law, as they say. Huh? Still in effect today. Ain't gonna be in effect in the future.
And that's what I want us to understand. We gotta stop letting these lying folks come up with this stuff here to deal with all this, and then you got the dispensation stuff and all this gobbledygook stuff. Telling you the Old Testament is done with it, and you got penalties here all been fulfilled. That's a big lie. It's a big lie. Abraham, the promise that was given to Abraham has not been fulfilled. It hasn't been fulfilled. But it's on the way.
People in charge now, they won't believe in the
All right, start reading now. Read on.
Where it says, you will then act according to what they have told you during that place which Adonai will choose. You are to take care to act according to all their instructions, in accordance with the Torah they teach you. You are to carry out the judgment they render, not turning aside to the right or to the left.
All right, so here it set that foundation, and that's what they was doing. And they set those things up. They went up there and they made a determination. As a matter of fact, one of the guys came up and he said, you see him? Now go by the New Testament and the New Testament, and it said right in there, he said, when they went up there and they said, this is how we gonna handle it, it ain't said not one word about the Sabbath. He said, they ain't said nothing about no Sabbath. They ain't said they had to keep the Sabbath. He said, it told you not to eat certain meats, don't eat drugs, don't eat fornication, don't do certain other things there. But it ain't said nothing about it. It says, therefore, we ain't obligated. The only thing we obligated to do is just what they said there.
They said nothing about murder either, did they?
Huh?
Did they say anything about murder?
Sabbath was ruling. See why? There was no time.
The Sabbath was not a part of a problem of the case. They didn't have a problem with that.
Everybody do it.
But I'm here to tell you about how these same folks talking that same noise. It certainly mentioned about eating meat and blood. These same folks hollering about all that stuff there. See?
Can't get away from that nature.
Man, one guy told me, man, because when I was eating flesh there, I had told him, hey, you gotta cook my steak well done. You know, I don't want to. Boy, he said, oh man, he said, man.
He ruined it.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you done ruined it. He said, man, the way I eat, I said, how you eat yours? He said, man, I tell him this day, take it in, slap it over there on one side, then let it warm up until a little, just heat up a little bit, then just warm up, then slap it on the other side, heat up it, and then cut it down, and I go to work on it.
Just brown it on both sides.
Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm. Heard it. Oh. Yeah.
Rare.
Yeah.
I say, but that's against the scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
That's against Torah. That's against the old law. And guess what? That's against the New Testament law too that they say that they go along with it. Show you how Satan look a fool of people. Huh? Yeah. But those same folks sit there and they'll brag about that and say you ain't got to do it because he didn't say nothing about that. But he certainly said about the blood. And almost all of them eat their steaks rare and all those said that. And many of them don't care nothing about about the law.
Yeah.
They said they ain't bound by the law. Okay then. That's New Testament. We got to stop letting Satan.
They ain't bound by that law either.
Huh?
I said, they ain't bound by that
They
law.
ain't locked down by that law either. See?
That's a law.
That's right. That's a law.
Yeah.
It definitely says it. Okay? And they have, and it's based upon what he said, and he said, whatever they come up with, all those things there, for them to do it. And anyway, he said, don't trouble them now, but as they go on further, they have to get the whole thing out. Then, therefore, dear folks, these people come up with this stuff, like Creflo Dollar said, hey, if it ain't in the New Testament, hey, if it ain't that part of the New Testament, then hey, we're not under the law, we're under grace. Okay. I said, but even in the grace there are laws that if you use their definition of what they say, which I do not go along with, I want to get that straight right now. I do not agree with that. But according to even what they say and what they're teaching, they still is messed all up. And they don't follow through on it. No wonder Mashiach gonna say, I never knew him.
Amen.
Not even from the get-go.
Amen.
You know. So here he tells us this is why you need to know Torah, you need to do those things there. And one of the things we want to do is start reading here in the third verse there.
17:3.
Yeah, 17:3, right.
Okay, it says, by going and serving other gods and worshiping them, the sun, the moon, or anything in the sky, something I have forbidden, and it is told to you, or you hear about it, then you are to investigate the matter diligently. If it is true, if it is confirmed that such detestable things are being done in Israel, then you are to bring the man or woman who has done this wicked thing to your city gates, and stone the man or woman to death. The death sentence is to be carried out only if there was testimony from 2 or 3 witnesses.
All right, now notice this. I want you to get this point here. When you come to a serious thing and everything, or an important thing with law and everything, you got to have the testimony of a witness. And the scripture said by the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses. And that has been interpreted that they got to actually speak it. Do you know what the law is now if you go to court today?
You only need one witness.
A witness you have to have more than one witness in the death penalty. You know, but if it's any other thing there, but the point of it is, no matter what it is, I want you to get this point there. And I was looking at Judge Judy, and it came to me that they will not let you bring in hearsay. Yeah. The only thing in anything in the court is that witness, and guess what? You can't even speak for the witness. You can't say, well, my witness says so. No. She will make you sit down. She will make that witness. She say, you witness? Come on, baby. You got to speak that out with your own mouth. Where'd that come from? That's in the Old Testament. That's in the Old Testament. That's how long we got that is still prevailing right today in court. And that's and when I saw that happening, God said, that's my law. That's what I was teaching Israel. That was an example for all the nations. All the nations to do it. I said, wow, look at that. She tried to get a witness statement then. She said, well, I got it written. No. She said, where they at? Is they here? No, she said, but I can't accept it. And she will not accept it. She said that is law. I said, well, where did that law from? Nah, see where it got from. God. Now I want you to see, God gave us these laws for us to be the head, to be above. That's why he was giving these laws to Israel. So never, see? But it's a good thing even on laws today. In America, and those things there, and it's slowly becoming the case and everything. Because if you don't, man, you will have all kind of stuff coming in there, and you never will get to the end of that there. But they cut all that out. They won't let none of all that hearsay and all that other stuff. But all that, no. Where you witness at? And that witness got to get up and say it. Now, you say, well, is that really true? What they did and what they doing those things there? Y'all remember the case of the adulterous woman? How did the Mashiach count? People come along and say that he changed the laws and he changed the procedures and all that. No, he didn't.
First one is without saying you speaking, then you go wrong.
He said, who's the witness?
Yeah, he has, though.
He said, who's the witness?
And none of them comply.
Did none of them speak out? That's what they had to do.
Right.
He said, all you got to do, you got to fulfill it from. But he said the criteria now for you to be the witness now. And that's the same way it is now today. Do you know that there's a law now? If you get up there and say you're a witness, you get up there and lie on it, you know they can get you for perjury.
Yeah.
That's why you see a lot of these guys that in the cases with Trump and all that, they don't even want to go when they want to call them up to come before the committee stuff. That they know that hey,
Once they swear him in, they know they can't lie.
exactly. Where do you get that from?
What I was when they were talking about the woman, she was writing in the dust, but they had done the day before. That's why they didn't want to talk about it because she was writing down what they've been doing.
Well, that's it. He set the criteria for it. He said, okay, you want to be a witness, and he get that from the Torah too. If you want to be a witness for those things there and all, he says, here's the criteria for you to be a witness. Okay? Because they knew this is something, and you are guilty of those things there, and then you do that same punishment.
Yeah.
And that was Torah. Because I always want to say, why did they turn away? Why did
Because they weren't trying to get that death penalty. I'm going to mind my business. I'm going on home.
You did right. Yeah, I don't want this coming back on me, you know. And that's what he was doing. But he was following Torah. He was following the law. So therefore, the more and more you learn about those things there, you see, you know, these folks got Jesus changed this and Jesus did that. And I say, if he's talking about the same men that we talking about that, no, he didn't.
They ignored that part.
Well, they ignore that for. They got him fulfilling it. Yeah, eliminates it. They don't eliminate it. Just because he fulfilled it, it don't mean that he eliminated it. The law. See? Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not murder. That's a law. Just because he came and died and all this that don't mean that you got to murder folks now. Right?
Right.
I'm living by grace now.
Hey,
I ain't got to worry about the law.
that's a defense now.
But you see, read on, read.
Okay, it says,
he may not be sentenced to death on the testimony of only one witness.
Now, this is what God said. On certain things, you can't just use one witness. See? Because you can have one guy out there that's that crazy, you know, just go there and everything. But you know, do you see also it says that you got to do some investigation too. He said you just can't come up to somebody come up and say to us, hey, guess what? So and so's out there worshiping other gods. And you just take the word and just go jump on your brother or your son. You see, you got to do some investigation of that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a bad law? Is that something that should be done away with?
No.
No.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So, you know, we gotta stop letting it, you know. And that had nothing to do with the Ten Commandments. You know, everybody wants it, but even Creflo said that. You told me that what Creflo Dollar said about the Ten Commandments? He said even the Big Ten. We ain't gotta follow that. But at least you got some of the other folks that say, well, the Ten Commandments ain't included in there. But then a lot of them don't, Sunday people won't say that because they know that the fourth got them killed on that death.
All day long.
So you don't get them down. But you do hear some of the Sabbath keepers, some of the other folks and all that, they'll say that, you know, but they get some of the other, they get some of the other things. And all, but all that other stuff is done away with, and we ain't no longer binding by that. Wrong!
Yeah, he'll be okay with his wife wearing his underwear and his shirts and stuff.
This world is it?
Yeah.
Because we don't isolated God out, and we don't portray in your mind that he can only work in this establishment. He can only function in this area here. He can handle the do with the whole area. God is not limited. God set rules and regulations that govern all aspects of our life. Just like I tell folks that come here, I say, if you don't mind, God is going to get into all your business.
Amen. Amen.
Oh, no, that's my business. What I do, that's my, no, we can't be doing that. That's my business. That's in my business and all that. I said, well, you ain't going to be happy here. You ain't going to be happy about it because our God gets into all our business. If you don't think so, you know, just stay here around here long enough and ask Yaakov. Ask all of them. God got into it. See? And therefore, we got to understand what our God is all about. And understand that just like a child, you know, you gotta govern that child in every aspect, not just one little aspect of things. Okay? Otherwise, those things don't crop up and it's not going to work out good for you. So here it says that you have to go choose your judges, tell them what to do and how to do, and give the authority for the judges to have those things there and the reason why you got to do those things. And then he tells you that how when these cases come up, when these problems come up, because we ain't going to get along with one another. That's a given. You said, well, you mean to tell me we got to be judges among ourselves? The Old Testament said that. Then what does the New Testament say? What does the New Testament say? Paul says, dare any of y'all. That's what he said. He said, can't y'all judge your own self?
Go before the unjust judge.
Oh, you mean to tell me we got to judge our own self? We got to have judges among our own self. But I thought we was all, we are. No, dear folks.
Saints are going to do some judging too.
We got to understand some things. He said, y'all already to handle that among your own self. You ain't got to go before the unrighteous judge to do those things.
That's right.
But let me tell you, we live in a world and we live in a situation. If you don't get those things out of your, that's where you go. Because we ready to take a sister brother to court. I'll take you to court. Then where you think you're gonna go? See?
You ain't got enough money, you ain't gonna do what you want.
Therefore, let's don't be, let's don't get ourselves all crazy and get ourselves all, and that's the problem with the house, and that's the problem with the church. Everybody is so righteous now. We're so righteous now that, hey, you can't touch me.
Can't even get along, so right.
There you go. Huh? Hey, you know. That's it. Yeah, I'm dealing with reality. What you dealing with? And it's because we have an enemy out there, dear folks. That's why. It's going to be a lot better when we get into the millennium, when the enemy going to be bound and everything there. But even at that rate, there's going to be some problems.
You have a king then.
There you go.
We have a king on board.
Of course.
We got a king now, but he's in heaven. He's on board.
There's a difference in understanding of us making a transition. He done made the transition. See? And we got to make the transition. And that transition, see, is to let that process work in us. Our minds got to be renewed. And that renewing, it takes a while. You don't instantly get that renewing.
Amen. Amen.
And that's what people think. Why instantly I was. No, it don't operate like that.
It's a process.
There are situations that come up, there are certain things that crop up, there are external things that you have to deal with, and those things there, and that affects us. So when they come up situations, when they come up arguments, when they come up things and all that stuff, hey, how you gonna handle it? Therefore, God said for them to choose judge. There are accidents that come up. That's why God had a city of refuge. How many city of refuge did he have for the whole house of Israel? 6. And 6, he had 6 cities of refuge. So if you accidentally murder somebody and they are, you had to drop everything and hightail it to that city of refuge. And when you got there and all those things there, the cleaning and everything, they all allowed you in there and then they heard your case. But if you didn't do that, hang around and everything and get caught, the vengeance of blood can kill you. See, you gotta know the law. You gotta know what's going on. You can't be playing around. But he couldn't come to the house of he couldn't come to the city of refuge and get you. And to bother you, that was safe. God knew that those things would take place among us. He even gave you an example. He said, you might be chopping the wood or something and the axe handle, the blade file and hit your brother or hit somebody and kill him. You didn't intend for to do that there, but the person is dead. See? And until that thing is investigated and proven out, hey, the vengeance of blood, all they see is that you just killed my husband, you just killed my wife, and boy, that avenge of blood is gonna grab up, and he's have to reach out and grab. Forget about investigating and checking it all out and everything.
They see a loved one laying dead. That's all they see.
Yeah, right, exactly.
We ain't got time to figure out why he laying dead.
That's it. And they know that hey, they come from you, and they see you got the accident. And that's all right. Hey, you better hightail it on out there, get to the city. But see, God knew all. That's all I'm trying to tell you. God, you are always, and I think y'all were dealing with some of that in your Sabbath school. Y'all talking about certain things that, the way that it is and all that, because God got set up the way. See?
Amen.
But he also set up things to govern that and to follow through. And if we follow those things here, it will work out good for us. If you don't, it will not work out good for you.
Amen.
And we have certain laws that have it now that you got to be fully investigated and all things. This is why you just can't go out and wreak vengeance on folks and everything there. And then you got to really call in the law and order, let them have a part in those things there. This is part of those things there because of the fact that you don't want to be get somebody innocent in those things there. So he tell you to investigate that. If I know that I'm gonna get even with that, that's what I'm gonna try to get them. Say, hey, I'm sorry, I said, listen, and another guy. I tell him that you go to the report and all that and everything. You gotta go investigate that. Okay? And then when that's proven out, then that's when you move. Wisdom. God teaches us how to do those things here, how to go forward, that we might be head, not the tail.
Amen.
Those laws ain't done away with.
Right.
Those things are. So, there are many things that God told Israel and to set those things up and all those things there for us to do. The enemy is the one that is against what God set up and how he got things going. So you don't want to be a part with those things there. But in order for you to be a witness, you had to speak. He says that in the mouth, that's what he says there, that you got to have those, that they got to testify, and that testifying means that they got to open their mouth. He said, read on.
The 7th verse says, the witnesses are to be the first to stone him to death.
Whoa, now, where did that law come from? And who exacted that law? He exacted the law. He went, what I mean by exacted means he went by it. See? And that's what he meant when he said it. He said, hey. He said, and not only that, he said, you that, and then after he done that, then the rest of y'all can join in. Huh?
17:7.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy
Yeah.
17:7.
Yeah. He was exacting the law. Because I'm using that word because I don't, these folks have got fulfilled and got this, like because he did it, that means that it's over with. It ain't no longer mine. Because they got fulfillment, which is crazy. Which is dumb, and people fall for it. He fulfilled it. So what?
God does an example of where it works.
Yeah.
You don't use it no more. That's stupid.
Fulfill doesn't mean that he did it. He followed it all the way out. That's why I say he exacted that law. He did it. He went exactly by the law. And he got to write down on the ground. And he said, I'm going by the law. Is you going by the law? Here's the law. And they got to read. Yeah. Hey, I think that lady used to know. Next thing, and then she said, then after that, he said, what you waiting around on?
Now I know what I know. We roll on the ground now. Doing on the 17:7. That's it. And then he spoke it.
Yeah.
And then he spoke it.
He put the criteria to him, and that was the law. That was given to Moshe. That God had given. See? He didn't come teaching. The people got him coming in, just going against all the laws and doing all that and changing all this and going, no. Yeah.
I know, like I said, in this chapter, St. John, where, you know, they said that Moses commanded the law that, you know, she should be stoned to death. That's what the Pharisees said, you know, according to Yahshua, that Moses, they went back to what Moses said, but then Yahshua said, well, which one of you are without sin? Then you cast first stone. They couldn't do nothing, so they started walking off.
That's exactly right.
And the one more your accusation.
He said, you just can't take one little part of the law. That's what he taught. You can't just take one little section of the law in and you'll cause it. He said, come on all the way here.
But see, they thought because they caught it in the act that he was going to definitely go about Moshe's law when he turned around and told him to examine himself and see if you ain't got no sin. And that was the law. And they all, if they honest, they had to drop them rocks and go back to business, but then they didn't get them.
You know something? Yeah.
In adultery, there's two parties. And in adultery, both parties are supposed to be stoned, not just one. So if she was caught in the act, where is the man? So that's your sin right there. You let one go and you're trying to convict the other one.
And here my saying is too here. Here's what I'm saying. You know, sometimes, you know, people say at the testimony of somebody else. For you to be a witness and everything, was you there looking at them? When they say she was caught in the very act, who was it that caught in the act? Was it you? Did you? Well, I'm going on cause of song. No, they ain't good enough. It's just like one of the cases where the lady said the guy threw a rock and hit her windshield and broke her windshield and everything there. And so she said, yeah, he did it all. I did. And so the judge could say, did you see him do it? She said, I don't know, did you see him do it? She said, no. But she said, but I know he did it. She said, well, how do you know he did it? She said, because my neighbor said she saw him do it. She said, oh. She said, well, you can't use it. She said, where your neighbor at? Well, she couldn't come. She said, well, I can go over what you just said.
That's not that one, no.
She said, out of the mouth of that witness.
It was witness in a statement.
No. Witness can't. And that's why the scripture said out of the mouth, by the mouth.
I mean, I know they take for birthdays. I'm not going for abandonment for that.
No. They got up here there. They got up here there.
Spokesman.
Yeah. They can't send on a written statement or nothing like that down. She said, I don't know who wrote this. How do I know who wrote it? And because the case, a situation came up there, there was one and then she said, you could have wrote this. You could have somebody else write it. You how do I know who?
Now, how does the affidavit work?
See? But that goes to official.
Okay, you got witnesses sign up.
That goes to official.
Okay.
That's a different thing altogether.
Okay, you got lawyers to sign up if they saw you sign.
Yeah. Now, if you can bring a police report up there, and a policeman don't have to be there.
Okay.
See? You understand what I'm saying there? His written testimony will do it.
Right, a sworn affidavit will work, but not just a regular somebody writing a note. It has to be a
right.
You get a sworn statement.
But she was saying that if you got a witness, they got to appear and do it with your own mouth. And like I said, you just can't cause, she asked one of her, she said, you the witness? She said, yeah, but she said it right. She said, no, get up there. And then you got to testify it out with your own mouth.
With that sworn statement though, if you do a sworn statement and you send that statement and they find out that statement, you just did them 2 years.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Behind that statement. So they would say that, but like the minor cases, I don't know.
But you know,
Consider minor case though.
but the basis of those things there, we still have that trip today. So these people are hard about that, come up with that, and when they start bringing all that stuff up, they say, whoa, wait a minute. It's clear that you understand the nature of our God. Our God is far beyond what you they think that God is just some little thing that just locked down and so. Our God is more magnificent than that. The whole world, and that's the problem with the world today. God has chosen Jerusalem, see, to be the capital of the world.
Amen.
All the nations have succumbed to it, but they get just the opposite. All the nations want to come together and tell Jerusalem what you can do and what you can't do. And that's how they see it as an international city. They'll agree. You see the difference? They'll agree that Jerusalem is to be an international city. But they're out, they got the whole opposite idea of what God's got in mind. Yeah. They got to be an international city because everybody gonna have a say so over it, and everybody gonna be able to rule and judge it. And God got just the opposite of that. It's going to be an international city because of the way God is going to rule all the other nations through it. Right. And a whole lot of world is different between those things. And that's why you have all this trouble and everything about the city of Jerusalem right today. Because the world have already come together and said that they don't want to determine who and what Jerusalem can do.
We got a new awakening.
You got a new awakening. And he's going to see to it that they find out who's boss. And it's up to us. It's our job.
Amen.
That's part of my job. That's part of what I do. And give him no rest till he prove that out. And make that clear.
That's right.
And that's what we all about.
That's right.
That's what you all about. That's what we're to do.
Right. Fulfill his word.
Watchmen that he's gonna set up. See? You cannot get locked into this whole stuff here, got this stuff, but I ain't church stuff. God is into all of this.
Amen.
That's what I tell folks. I represent a city. We represent a city.
And one God.
See? Not some church or not somewhere where we locked in and hands tied on it and we can't talk about this and we can no. That's exactly right.
Got some healing to do, huh?
Let Jerusalem come into your life.
Hallelujah.
And that's what he told them now. Just way back in this time here. He said, when y'all get to something, I'm going to choose a city. What city was that he talking about?
Jerusalem.
He knew that there was going he knew all along what he had in mind.
And didn't ask him about it. He said he gonna do it.
He didn't ask him that, right? He didn't come together and say, I want y'all to come together and select and choose what city y'all want to do. No.
When I choose, that's where you come.
They got the map all messed up now. You gotta choose.
We was talking about that last one like that.
The map up there.
They got it all kind of thing. They got the well, people just can't get together on that. They got Jerusalem here in Texas. They got Jerusalem in South Africa. They got Jerusalem over there in Telerod and Jerusalem somewhere else. And they're just
Jerusalem, the teleporting city.
there you go.
They trying to sue for calling them the land down because they know this was the top of the map.
Oh, is that man. Now, let's go to, Deuteronomy 18:9.
It says, when you enter the land Adonai your God is giving you, you are not to learn or to follow the abominable practices of those nations.
Now, first of all, well, ain't nothing abominable now, because that was in the old law. That's the part I want to get now. How do we learn what's abominable? How do you know what's abominable?
Torah.
They don't care.
We talking that Israel care, but it's Torah.
We live, they're living under grace.
They are as
But I want us to have that rule, because if we don't know that rule, we'll follow along with that same stuff. There are a lot of folks that follow along and believe in that stuff.
That's why a lot of them say you can eat everything now because we under grace.
There you go.
They use that now. They can eat anything now. One lady told me that she ate skunks. Yeah, you just buried for 3 days. You eat this skunk. God.
Yeah. Alligator, hey.
Yeah.
Octopus.
I seen the dude eating alligator.
Huh?
I have seen the dude eating alligator.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, it's not doing depression, but nothing that's available. I'm telling you.
That's what they ate.
Could be a little mammal back then. All the rest was gone.
This lady, she stayed.
They come here, and
She
it's
stayed in
really possible
Bristol.
to eat anything. That's got to, I got that. And they ain't possible.
yeah, we sure did. Sure did.
Huh?
Really, he done.
Yeah, we ate pasta too.
Oh, I can stomach it. I can do it possible. Boy, they had that possum down there and those sweet potatoes and stuff all that. Huh? Coon? No, I didn't eat coon either.
What is that?
Oh,
A raccoon?
Raccoon.
Y'all need cool?
Sure.
Sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes kept around.
Curious like a hell. That goes on the top.
No, that's right, man.
Oh my God. They made us eat. You gotta go in there and taste that corn. You made it taste good and that beans off the corn. Get up, get up. Yo, corn.
Well, see, what I'm saying is that we've been taught so much against the Old Testament. We've been taught so much against Torah. We didn't know what's abominable or not.
That's right. That's what was in the Bible.
You don't look like that. You look like a dog in there.
These same folks hollering about all that stuff there and doing eating abominable things. And they don't care nothing about that, y'all. They don't know nothing about that. Eat anything.
That'd be a nice little solid roast there, boy. Raccoons get kind of big.
Yeah.
I eat whatever put before me. I don't worry about it, you know. And they got that there, you know, as a doctrine, as a teacher, you know. Hey, he said whatever before you, they eat it all the time.
Pray over it and eat it, huh?
Well, that's it. The Bible says you can eat whatever set before you.
You're right, right.
She's coming down.
All right, let's see if that really works.
And when you start getting sick, that's gonna be stop eating that from kids.
Yeah, the first thing they tell you that about pork. They ask you about that about pork.
But they prayed.
But of course, you know, we talking about the whole law now. We talking about, you know, and the folks that are,
Swine.
see, that's what I'm saying. These folks, they got this stuff all mixed all up here. But what did it say? Read on.
It says,
What year, Deuteronomy 18?
18:10 now.
18.
Right.
It says, there must not be found among you anyone who makes his son or daughter pass through fire. A diviner, a soothsayer, enchanter, a sorcerer, a spellcaster, a consultant, of ghosts or spirits.
Now, we got people that go to all that kind of stuff. Yeah, believe in all that kind of stuff.
Now, what is an enchanter? What is an enchanter? Huh? Ain't that the same thing as
That's a witch, ain't it? And it's not a witch. Oh,
oh, okay. I guess it's different levels of witchery.
oh, no.
Yeah, right. And Balaam was one of them. One of them. That's why they paid to go to put a curse on him. Because,
He was a spell caster, right?
Yeah. Put a curse on yourself and all those things. Yeah. And that stuff do work, dear folks. Don't think it don't work. Right.
No, I hear people say the word.
And the reason why is because they deal with the evil spirit. That's right. That's why you ain't just open yourself up and get involved in that kind of stuff.
That's right.
You know, you get yourself all wrapped in stuff like that and everything, and you.
You see a lot of them in Louisiana.
Yes. What they call it? What these
Mojo.
Yeah, juju or something. Then you call it something. Yeah, roots. Yeah, that's it.
I can't go.
Yeah. You don't know these things. You don't know the honorable and all that unless God's word tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
How you know what they're all about? How do you know what the? It sounds fantastic. Something who the hell? I want to do something like that. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. You know, hey, but we need something to tell us those things. We don't.
The 12th verse says, "For whoever does these things is detestable to Adonai, and because of these abominations, Adonai your God is driving them out ahead of you."
Now, this is why God said, you see this, you see why the Canaanites is getting kicked out and all the other 7 nations that's with them over there, that's in there? Mm-hmm. They did all that stuff. And I didn't like it.
That's right. They didn't have time for him. Yeah.
And don't you be like them.
That's right. I'm gonna kick you out.
See? Don't you come up with some reason and all that. Say, hey, well, I ain't got to worry about that. We ain't got to be all that careful and all that stuff. We ain't got to. He said, no. Okay, I want you to understand. You better start doing some feeling here. You better start taking some warning here. Because I'm not playing and this ain't coming up short. Well, what you mean? I do not like that. That's an abomination to me. What is abominable? What is the definition of abominable? Is it something God glories in and God likes or God detests?
Some he hate.
There's something you hate.
Revolting.
Is that worse than sin? Like you say, you broke the Shabbat that sin, when you say the abominations get worse. Or even.
All right. Some of these practices and all those things are, you know, we label those as you know, because of the 10 Commandments and all those things. Say we put sin in there. Sin is missing the mark.
Yeah.
But then there are things that we do that is abominable that God hates.
You've gone beyond sin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think they know that. And they choose to do them. They choose to serve these idols, God.
These are laws and these are good things for us to get along with one another and all that. But then when you're going to choose something that you know I don't like,
Right. That's abominable.
that's an abomination.
That's bad. It'd be worse than sin.
See? That's
Sin is
being
being marked.
total rebellious.
That's just like when he called, I think in Bible there, I mean, but that a man going with a man, see, that's abomination. Y'all can't- That's out of the, I mean, you know, this.
Out of the design, that's the wrong design.
Yeah, you on a whole nother level now.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Another level.
You didn't make no mistake on that one.
Going with a woman.
Why do you think we got this, all this stuff now in these last days? It's being so popularized now and going, hey, cause the world and the stuff, and that even the religious world, they come on and say that all the devil. But they still, they want to hold this, they want to hold that. No, you can't do that.
Just give me your money. You can do whatever you want. Just give me your money.
The Mashiach come along and say, no, you can't take little select parts of it and want to sideline this in and don't take the whole thing. Just like I said about the whiskey, you know. Sure, he did right. When he went in there and they brought up there and said, what we're gonna do that, he stopped and investigated. Ain't that what he said you're supposed to do? And someone come up and tell you about don't go jump on all their side and everything. You do some investigation first. And that's what he did. He put out his investigation. Hey, let me check out here. She was always telling, I ain't seen, and that's what he told the woman. When it came all down, he was the only one there. He said, well, what you looking at me for? I
don't condemn you.
Yeah. He said, I didn't verify that you was, I didn't see you doing it.
Whatever it was you're doing, you better not do it no more.
But if you're doing it, and if you know that that's wrong,
Quit it.
not what these folks now teach now. See? Now that he done told them, yeah, on the grace and everything, I mean, you go home good now. Cause that ain't no lie. That ain't committing no adultery no more. That ain't no sin. That ain't nothing wrong. That what they equate with it now. But he did. He extended grace to the lady. He said, he said, what are your accusers then? She said, well, you don't know. I'm not accusing you. You know, why I ain't accusing you? I didn't see you in this act. They brought me in on it. Yeah, there was testing him. But he knew the law. He knew the Torah. So what you drawing over there? Hey, I don't know why I witness to this. I ain't seen her do nothing.
These people from the temple.
Yeah.
They need to be arrested. I'm saying.
But hey, he knew what to do for him. He knew exactly what to do for him. Every one of them looked down. He said, before you do this, before you go ready to execute all those things there, all I need is just one. Because that's what the Torah says. All we need is just the one. You go and do this here, and then he said, I don't know. Then the rest of them join on in. They couldn't do that. Because he knew that, hey, they knew that, hey, you go do this all you want to and do the investigation, you're going to find out, as my brother just was saying, some of the phone was just set up all together here. I ain't seen no word was saying about what happened to the man.
They know, man. I mean, I never heard of things where they had to get.
But the point of it, right. But the point of it is he told her, go and sin no more. Vacate the law. He's the main one. He's the main one of the one that is for bringing the grace.
But you know, I was saying that after kids. He's not doing it, and there's some words happening.
And that's what he told her. He said, hey, you can't go out there and keep doing this. And, you know, just because I tell you this time, but you can't go out there. I want to come up here next time and see. And there you is again. So you gotta change what you're doing that it might not be. In closing for the day, dear folks, we want to go to the scriptures here, and Leviticus. Well, read a couple more of those, and then we'll shut that off for that. And Deuteronomy 18.
Okay, it says, 13 verse 6. You must be wholehearted with Adonai your God. For these nations which you are about to dispossess, listen to soothsayers and diviners, but you, Adonai your God, does not allow you to do this.
All right, now that's what God do not allow us to do those things. Do you know people? They'll put a. I read my what you call them, and I read this here, and I went to see Sister so and so, and she told me so and so, and I read the tea leaves, and they put all that kind of stuff. Oh man, they coffee grinds and all. They got all kinds of stuff out here.
Might as well look up in the clouds then, because you know clouds form stuff. Well, you might well.
But he said, Israel was not to do that. I have set those things up. I'll tell you what you can and what you cannot do. See? And therefore, in closing for today, do not practice the ways of the nations. See? Don't look out there and want to face them. Don't go out there and look out there and want to be like them.
Amen.
See?
Don't copy off of them.
God gave us feast days and those things there. They came along and did got these substitute days. Halloween and all that kind of stuff. Christmas. See? Easter and all those kind of stuff there.
Got a rabbit laying wig.
God say, those are abominations. Those are things that he does not do. That's like he said, learn not the ways of the heathens. See? Don't practice the ways of the nations. Their ways are abomination to Yah. See? Sad to say this. We done taught our children, raised our children up, and it just don't look that good for some of them. They run out there, poke holes in their noses and in their ears, and then now they got them in their lips, and they got holes and rings and all other parts of your bodies and stuff. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, definitely that. Those are things of the nations. Those are not what God told us to do.
Like he said, don't mark up yourself.
As a matter of fact, He tells us not to do that.
That's right. We'll know what to do.
Now, what do? Run out there and can't do it. And here's the sad thing about that, dear folks. They go out there, lock themselves up, tattoo themselves all over some stuff that they can't get rid of, and then if they even decide to come back and want to, I can't come back because I know what they're going to do. They're going to be talking about me.
I think somebody asked how y'all feel about some of the things. I'm gonna read a couple.
Okay,
of verses about it.
all right.
This is Isaiah 65, 3 through 6. It says, a people who provoke me to my face
Oh, see that?
all the time sacrificing in the garden, burning incense on bricks. They sit among the caves,
Right.
graves, yeah, and spend the night in cabins. They eat pig meat and their pots hold soup made from disgusting things.
Now, these other folks that are under grace now, they ain't under the law no more. They're under grace now, you know. And so all that stuff been done away with. They ain't under the law. They ain't gotta follow all that stuff there. They ain't gotta done that whole bondage.
Right.
Now they can eat whatever they want to, and they doing it.
Is this talking about the nations or is this talking about Israel?
This is talking about whoever does those things. Yeah, that was someone who does those things. Read on.
Yeah. Then they say, keep your distance. Don't come near me because I am holier than you.
See that?
It says, these are a smoke in my nose, a fire that burns all day.
And have you ever had a smoke in your nose? Man, you can't take it, boy. Eyes get all wild and all up, and boy, you know, you had to clear out of that. See? But these folks is under grace. They can do whatever they want. They can do that stuff now. You know, that's and they're holy. See, we under bondage. We back under that old law. We under the bondage. Y'all need to come on up to grace. That's what Creflo said.
That's what the grace is supposed to be. You're supposed to be beyond the law. You're supposed to be on a level where you're doing more than what the law requires. That's what grace is supposed to be.
I know, but their idea is that I ain't gotta be, he said it, ain't gotta be under that old law of bondage and all those things, yeah. But he said that there gonna be some folks that's doing those things, yeah, and he said they are a stink in his nose, a smoke in his nose. And that's what he was telling Israel when they got ready to go into the land. He said, this stuff that they're doing, yeah, it looks beautiful and looks enticing and everything, but no, I hate it. Yeah. Don't do like the world. Don't be like them. He's giving them one. Was that all?
Yeah.
That was it?
It says, see, it is written before me. I will not be silent until I repay them. I will repay them to the full.
There you go. And that's exactly what I was going to say here in my conclusion here. These ways are abominable to Yah, which will invoke his wrath. And you can't, you got the right spirit. Show you how the spirit works. I didn't tell him those things. But that's how it works. That's exactly what it said. He said, he's giving us warning and says, don't make me angry. Put that picture used to come on a boat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And dear folks, the world ain't gonna like it when y'all is angry. Yeah, you ain't gonna like it being on the opposite side when he's angry. And dear folks, he's telling you what that, and if you go around, don't know what abominable is, you don't know, you need to find out. You need to ask somebody. See? And stop listening to all these lies and stuff, you know, and our children listening to the world. Like I said, man, they tell me they didn't hurt to get that tattoo, and they get out there and get tattooed and all that. Yeah, they poking you, they're piercing you.
Yeah.
They cut you just because of a little cut and all that, but it's a cut. And the Bible clearly tells us not to do those things there. And I don't care what you kind of do. Well, I put my kid's name on it. I put my wife on the name on it. And I did it. Yeah, and 6 months later, you denying the kid, 6 months later, you a deadbeat daddy, you ain't taking care of them, you can't take care of your own self, now, and then you done broke up with the woman,
Got a name on it.
and got a name on you, right? Dear folks,
And then the Bible says, listening to the wrong voice.
that's it.
I don't see
God
how they-
wants
I
to
don't
be
see
wise.
how they- I don't see how they get their whole body tattooed like that.
Oh, man, yeah, oh, man.
That's
So,
a lot of money.
A lot of people don't understand. I'm telling you, it's spiritual. It's spiritual.
Yeah.
It's something about my tattoos. It's spiritual.
of course it is.
I'm serious because if you ever notice, if you ever see a person with a tattoo, they always got more than one.
Yeah,
You can never find a person with just one.
right, like start out with one.
Because it's against God, and because the point of it is, they take those things and mark up their body for a reason. God said, I don't care if a person is dead, for your dead and all those things. Yeah. Don't mark yourself up. That's how they get you. And then you doing this for first time. You doing this to show you a love. You going this here, and now, oh yeah, no. Mm-mm. Dear folks, let's follow what God has said. That might be well with us.
And you ask me, well, oh, we broke up 3 years ago.
Uh-huh. This closes out our service for today. So, this is our Parashah for this weekend. And may y'all continue to bless us. Well, we didn't get nowhere too much on this particular one here, but we will, we got time. That's why, we got other things that we'll expand on that just subject here that we didn't even get for. But nevertheless,
That's the point.
here you go. As our old bills, how should we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? If I forget Jerusalem's land, let my right hand get acquainted. If I remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem, above my cheek joy. Psalm 137, verses 5 and 6. And if it's Yah's will, and those things there, we will see you next Shabbat. And may Yah continue to bless us and to carry us through. And may we be inscribed in the book of life for a good year.
Amen.
All right. We now turn the service over the hands of the Shema to close out the service.